Why hello Full Sail enthusiasts. I'm back with another video. This video is going to be for month 3, day 2. It is currently Friday, September 2nd. I know it's been a couple days since the last video, but please understand I've had this past week has been one hell of a week for me. It's been a bit crazy in a negative way. It hasn't been very good. I've had to deal with a lot of drama the past couple days, lots of just crap with certain people that are in my life, so please understand. And then I've also had a ridiculous amount of technological difficulties this week as well, with mainly just the audio of these videos. Wednesday I didn't make a video because I'll explain here in a minute, and then yesterday I made a video with Mina K, but our audio, well, actually it wasn't the audio that got messed up, it was our video that got messed up. Something happened with Photo Booth. I don't know what was up, but sorry, I just lost track of thought. I don't know what was up with that, but yeah, our video got screwed up, so it was not cool. So as you can see here, we have a screen recording going, and basically I've got Photo Booth open so you can see me, and that's actually where I lost track of thought a second ago. I'm usually used to recording with Photo Booth here, but I'm not today because I have lots of stuff to show you, and today's video is going to be real long because I recorded for a half hour yesterday with Mina K, and like I said, the video got jacked and I wasn't able to use any of it. So tonight I am going to do another really long video because I know I owe it to you. I've been saying I'm going to make it, and I don't want to hold out on you, especially if you've been sticking with me from the beginning or somewhere, you know, or even if you're just watching it for the first time. I want to make it a good viewing experience. So anyway, the second day of college mathematics went pretty well. Tuesday, I had some stuff going on. I had to deal with some crap. Tuesday night, it was even worse. I got maybe an hour of sleep Tuesday night. So I fell asleep around 6:30 Wednesday morning, coming in from Tuesday, and I woke up around 7:30. So I got about an hour, which it wasn't really a good sleep. I mean, I woke up in a cold sweat. I was still tired. It wasn't good. But anyway, so I'm totally dead tired on Wednesday, and I've got class at 9. And I knew that day was going to be a long day because I had a 9 to 5. I had lecture from 9 to 12:45, which it was a full day, and then lab from 1:15 to 5. So, you know, with an hour of sleep, it was a bit hectic, but I was able to manage. So I rolled into class, and once again, it was just like quiet. I mean, it was just awkwardly dead quiet. So I'm sitting there, and I'm at my desk, and it's just quiet, and I'm looking around, and mind you, I'm like tired, so I'm like out of it. And somehow I got the bright idea to what I did was I just walked up in front of the class, I got in front of everybody, and I introduced myself out of nowhere. I mean, who would do that, you know? So I introduced myself, said, hey, my name's Andrew. You know, one of my goals for this month is to sit in a different chair every month, and I'm terrible at math, so please don't be surprised if I ask you for help. So it was probably one of the coolest things ever, because I don't think anyone else in the class would have had the balls to do that. But for some reason, I just did it, you know, and everybody seemed pretty cool with it. And the amazing thing, now here's the cool part. As soon as I sat down, remember how I said it was just awkwardly quiet? Well, everybody started talking. I mean, it was like, I don't know, it was like magic. It was a miracle or something. But somehow, me doing that triggered everyone to start talking, so it was just awesome. And I was proud of myself because I did something profound and I did something great in my eyes while I was at my worst, because Tuesday night / Wednesday morning, it's kind of the same there because I was up the whole night. It was just horrible. I mean, it was probably the worst that you could get in terms of just, well, it was bad. At any rate, class went good, and the one thing I've noticed about the class, or the lecture I should say, one thing I've noticed about lecture is that really, you don't really need it because of the Alex program. And I haven't showed Alex yet. Like I said yesterday, I did a half-hour screencast, and it all got jacked. But basically, the audio got jacked because the photo booth messed up. which is what I was recording in. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and look at ALEKS tonight, so you can get a feel for what the college math program is really about. But as I was saying, the lecture, I feel like you don't really need it because the program ALEKS teaches, and you'll see what I mean when we get there. And lab, the 4 hours of lab is where you work in ALEKS, and that's what we did on Wednesday. And let me tell you, whew, I thought lecture was long. No sir, or ma'am, if you're a girl watching, or guy. You know, lecture was really long because you just sit there and you take in all the information. But then lab was even longer because I was even tired. I was even more tired. And you're working, and I was having to think, and it was just like, you know, I just wanted to sleep. So, anyway, that's kind of what that's about. Lecture, it's good if you really need help with something, but I don't really feel like it's necessary, especially with the software they have us using. But anyway, yeah, so ALEKS, the college mathematics program, is really focused and centered around this program called ALEKS. And you know, we're going to go ahead and open up ALEKS real quick. Actually, so I have my little quick link here. And on the first day, I don't know if I talked about it, but we signed up for this thing. And we had to take an initial assessment. And ALEKS is like this artificial intelligence program or something. And it determines what you need to do and whatnot. And while that's loading, I'll go ahead and switch back over to me so you can see me talking. But yeah, so ALEKS, you had to do this thing, and then it determines what you need practice on. And see, here we have my pie chart, so I'm going to go ahead and click back on this. And basically we see there's this pie chart here, and you're like, well, what's the pie chart? Well, basically each little slice of the pie chart is a different topic of the math class. And the whole goal of the entire course is that by the end of the month you have every one of your slices filled in completely. And you can see these first two I have 41 out of 41 and 27 and 27. So I've worked on these. I spent out a couple hours working on these, and I'm almost done with this one. But basically what it means is you see how these two are completed and they're also a solid color. Well, basically the darker color is what you do know, and the lighter color is what you don't know. So the more questions you do and the more topics that you cover, the farther in your slices are going to get filled in before you have a complete slice. So that's what the mathematics class is really about. It's about filling this thing in, going through the information, learning it, and then of course even the tests that we take, even the tests are on ALEKS. So on this coming Wednesday is my first test for math, and it's going to be covering these first 3 pie slices here. So it's, I don't know, I'm not sure how the tests work yet. We'll get there. But what I can tell you is that for the college mathematics class at Full Sail, you are not allowed to use a personal calculator. There's this button here for calculator, and basically what happens is that ALEKS determines what questions you need to use a calculator on. So some questions you feel like you might need one, but the program says you don't, so you got to figure out how to do it without one. And it's been quite the ride having to go back and remember how to do long division and multiplication and all that stuff with even basic numbers. Because, I mean, let's face it, when you're in high school or even maybe even a little bit of normal, like, I don't know, community college or just some other college, whatever, I mean, you're going to be using a calculator most of the time. And this won't let you. You're not allowed to. So it's definitely been a refresher on the math for sure. And fractions aren't so bad. I thought they were going to be terrible, but they're really not. A lot of the stuff, you know, math, if you learn it the wrong way the first time, seems really a lot more scary than it really is. So, anyway, so yeah, ALEKS here, and this pie chart is all what the whole class is really about. So we're going to go ahead and explore what this really is. So we're going to click on, we're going to open up the little fraction menu here, and you can see, like, for this one, I've only got 4 things left, and you can only see 4 options. But for this one, you know, there's a lot more. So, you know, it kind of opens up a little menu. So let's click on, we're going to click on this here, on converting a fraction. So as you can see, you click on the topic, and a question is going to pop up. And each little number here is random. So you might get the same question, but it's going to have a different number. The first thing to note is that this here is a different color and it's underlined. Same with the word digit. So what happens when we get the little hand? So we click on this word, and the ALEKS dictionary pops up. So if you come across a question and you do not know what the terminology is, you can click on those words and it'll open up the dictionary for you to check out. So that's another really cool feature of Alex. And then it has an explain button here, and we'll get to that in a second. And right here you can see there's one little block selector here. Now, depending on what kind of question you have, the tool that you have in this box is going to change. Sometimes there's more than one, sometimes there's none at all. This one here in particular is the repeating decimal line thing. So if we type like, so if the answer, for example, is I'm not doing the math problem. I really don't feel like thinking about math right now, so don't, you know, judge me on my math because I'm not doing it, I promise. But if our answer was, for example, we got to click on it here. It's 3.33, but we wanted the last two threes or something to be like that, then that's what you would do, and it would say that those are repeating. So you have different little tools that you have, and it's pretty cool. So say that this is our answer, and we already know that this is a wrong answer. So we're going to click next, and what happens when we get a wrong answer? Well, it tells us your answer is incorrect. Try to answer again. So it gives you usually one or two more chances before it explains it for you, or before it says, let's move on to a different topic and come back to this one later. So we got the question wrong, and we don't feel like doing it, and we don't know how to do it, for example. So we're going to say, let's hit the explain button. What's it do? So as the first thing you can see, we see the question once again, and it has more information, a little information bubble here. And down here, when we scroll down, it shows how to do the problem step by step. So it's very impressive. Like I said, this is where I was talking about I really don't feel like you need lecture, because this, you can go in and learn this without even having to go through lecture. But mind you, the key thing to remember is that you can work on Alex during lecture, because at least my instructor, Miss Bridget, she doesn't really care what you do in class. It's up to you to get the information. So if you want to pay attention in class and see what she has to say on the slides, well, then that's what you do to get the information. But if you just want to work through Alex, then you can do that. You know, it's because it's a college class. It's not, you're not being babysitted. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's what that's all about. And then if you want to actually keep going and finish your topic, you click the practice, and then it'll give you another question. And all that happens whenever you get the correct answer is it just says, very good. You know, it'll give you some feedback. It'll say, very good. If you answer this topic 2 more times, then I'll put this question on your pie chart. So it's really cool. It's pretty sweet. So the program Alex here, top notch, I've got to say. It's pretty sweet. And this is really what the college math program is all about here at Full Sail. So we're going to go ahead and take a break from Alex for a minute, and we're gonna center me in the middle here. So yeah, so I don't know. That was what was up with Wednesday night. Is I was taking care of stuff, and like I said, I only gotten an hour of sleep within 48 hours. So I'd passed out by like 8:30 that night. You can ask Mina, because she was hanging out with me, and I just passed out crazy early. And then yesterday morning, I woke up at like 4:30 in the morning, and I was up still even more. And last night, I went to bed around 2 or 3 in the morning, and I got woken up at like 9. So I was just like, oh, I've been like, my sleep has been non-existent the past like 4 or 5 days. So please understand with the videos, you know, it's just been really crazy the past couple days. My world has been flipped upside down, torn apart, put back together, and then reversed again, and then you run it through some more effect modules, and it's just been crazy. So yeah, so what we're going to do now is we're actually going to go ahead and open up my CMA folder and my Full Sail thing here, and we're going to take a look at some of the things that we did. So first off, we have the anxiety activity. Now this is what we did in lab on the first day. It has a couple questions here, and it had an article that we had to read through. As well as we also were able to download the college mathematics course at a glance. So this is basically a summary of what the CMA program is like throughout the month. So here's the first 2 weeks. You can see, and if you'd like, you can pause it here to check out what we're actually doing. And I'll let you pause it here again to see what the last 2 weeks are like. And this, it kind of explains the Alex pie chart. And then also we have another version of it here where again you can pause it if you'd like. I'll even full screen it for you, and you can check out really what the schedule is all about. And as you can see here, day 3 is the first exam. So it's moving right along. There's a lot of information. You really have to practice the stuff and get sleep, unlike me. And this equation here is the one that makes up your CMA grade. So, you know, this is just kind of your basic standard stuff here. So those are kind of the course, I guess, descriptions at a glance, whatever you want to call it. And you're more than welcome to pause that and watch it as much as you need to get a good idea of what it's all about. Down here we have the textbook, and this is actually not the textbook. This is only how to download the textbook. You might notice a strange app down here called the Vital Source Bookshelf. So we're going to go ahead and open that up. I'm going to show you the textbook real quick. This application, we had to download this in order to download the actual textbook. And this little window is going to pop open. And here we see CMA. And it says download succeeded, so that means we have the textbook. And basically, this textbook is pretty awesome. My favorite part here is the to the student section. And we're going to read the first sentence here because I think it's awesome. It says, "This book is written for all of you whose worst memories of school are those having to do with numbers. The flashcards in elementary school when you hoped the teacher would finish before she ever got to you. The timed tests where you not only had to be right, but you had to be fast. The long division where, after you had learned to go from right to left in addition, subtraction, and multiplication, you were told to go from left to right and guess. The X of algebra. Why X? The proofs of geometry, which you memorized but never understood." So this whole to the student section is really cool, and it makes a lot of good points, and it made me feel a lot better about relearning math and stuff like that. So that was kind of my approach to math this month. Is I kind of just dropped everything that I had known previously, and kind of just started from the beginning again, because I really wanted to have a clean slate with this and really do the best I could. Because I'm gonna kick the crap out of this class. You know, I'm gonna like kick its face in. It's gonna be awesome. So that's what's up with the math textbook. You're not required to work out of it. All it's there for is just if you need some extra help at home or you want some extra practice problems. The CMA textbook is there to help you out. It's just another resource, as well as even the WIMBA sessions. You can do the WIMBA online classroom interactive tutoring thing if you need it for math. They give you every resource that you need to succeed in math here at Full Sail, because it is such an important thing, especially going into the music industry, because you never know what you're going to run into. It's such a spontaneous industry. You need to be really well-rounded, I feel. So that's the textbook, and as you can see, I have all the PowerPoint files for all the lessons. There's 7 lectures this month. There's 2 a week, and actually, I think 1 the last week or something. But anyway, yeah, let's take a look at what the slides are like. This lesson day 2 is what we did Wednesday, so we're going to go ahead and open that up real quick, and let's see what happens when we do the full screen. So my instructor, Miss Bridget, likes to start out the class with the quotes, and I'm always the one that, the past 2 classes at least, I've always been the one to read the first quote. I have been the one to start us off, because I guess I'm really outgoing in the mornings or something. I'm not sure. I just really don't care. I want to have fun with it, and I want to make it worth my time. So as you can see, it's just basically, depending on what section we're on, and there's a lot of slides, and it's just got different problems and explanations and things like that. Wednesday's lecture had a total of, look here, 85 slides. That took up pretty much the whole time. It was really crazy. So that's kind of the content of the lectures, if you wanted an idea. So basically, it's those PowerPoints, those type of note slides, and with Miss Bridget explaining it and asking, do you need me to explain this again, or does anybody not understand anything? So it's pretty cool. And I'm actually not taking notes with the iPad this month simply because I have the PowerPoints here. So, college math so far, I'm doing pretty good. I'm almost done with my first 3 slices, which are due this coming Wednesday, which I can't remember when that is. We're going to go ahead and open up iCal real quick to see what's up. So yeah, Wednesday the 7th is when those first 3 slices are due. And as you can see, there's there's only so many classes this month. There's not as many as behavioral science, I do believe. But there is lab included, so it's even longer. So yeah, college mathematics pretty cool. I mean, it's math. It's nothing to get really too excited about. I'm not excited about the math, but I'm excited about doing well in math because I've never really been a math person. And I haven't done math since my junior year of high school. It was well over a year ago. So it's really nice for me to really succeed in something that I've never really been too comfortable with. So that's cool. So college mathematics, like I've been saying, pretty good. And now here's the point in the video where we're going to go ahead and move over to this computer science and internet class, the CSI class. And of course, I'm not sure if you know, but it is an online class even though I'm here on campus. So note that even if you come here for campus classes, not every class is going to be in a classroom. Some of them are online. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and open up Safari once again. We're going to go to our pages here and click on the FSO platform. And then we're going to log in real quick. Type in my name. Okay, there we go. And hopefully it'll log us in the first time. So we're on the home page and Twitter or whatever. CSI. Alright, now here's something about the FSO platform that's a little annoying. Sometimes you'll get this page, an error has occurred. Basically, you have to click here, log back in, and then it'll ask you for your class again. And I don't know why it does that, but for whatever reason, it does sometimes. And then you'll get brought to this page where it says My Courses, and I have no idea why behavioral science is still on there. But we're going to click on CSI once again, and it should work. So yeah, here, if you remember, or if you even have seen the videos from back in month number 1, this is what the FSO platform looks like. You have your dashboard for your upcoming activities, some important messages and announcements and things. So anyway, let's take a look at all the activities we have going on for this month. We have, well, there's a couple things coming up pretty soon. As you can see, I've already completed the first couple things. I've got 3 things to knock out before, well, 2 things to knock out before Tuesday, and 1 is due on Monday. And we're going to get to the textbook here in a second. I'll explain about the knowledge checks. And then there's only 16 more things left, so there's not much. The one big thing to note about CSI is there is a group activity. There is a group project for not only CSI, I forgot to mention it, but there's also a group project for college mathematics as well, and I'll go back to that at the end of our CSI portion here. But there is a portion of CSI that is a group project, and I'm not sure how that's going to work. So that should be fun. We'll learn how to work in groups over the internet. I'm sure Facebook is going to be a great asset to that, or even Skype or the FaceTime app that we all have, because we all have Macs. So we'll see how it goes. So anyway, yeah, there's just it's about, again, computer science and internet, and really it focuses on the Mac operating systems, Mac OS X, Snow Leopard. So here's our resources or references tab, and there's really not near as much as we had for Introduction to Media Arts. But again, everything that we need to know is really included in our manual and the syllabus and stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually go ahead and X out of our page here, and we're going to open up our CSI textbook because it's kind of crazy. CSI, and so here we have our textbook. It's called The Missing Manual, and while it's loading up, so here we have the first page, Mac OS X Snow Leopard, The Missing Manual, the book that should have been in the box. So basically, this book here is, and I don't know if you've noticed, but it's damn near 1,000 pages long, and this book is very, very in-depth and detailed. And mind you, the majority, a lot of it is like big pictures and stuff like this, but not all of it. We're just kind of skimming through, and you can see some of them have the pictures, but sometimes they don't. And the first knowledge check for CSI, which is kind of like a quiz, is on the first 4 sections. So that's the first 4 chapters, and that's a lot of pages. That's the whole part 1, as you can see here. So that's a lot of reading. So what I plan to do is basically just log into the knowledge check, and you can do one question at a time, and it'll save your answer when you X out. But I plan to just kind of research each question one by one to really get the core information. I plan to understand that information and really, you know, get the topic, but at the same time, you know, I plan on just doing those questions individually instead of spending hours and hours reading stuff that I don't need. So that's what's up with that. CSI, nothing too much more to report on for that class other than, yes, there is a group project, and that will be interesting. So we're going to go ahead and skip back to CMA now. I forgot to mention there's a group project for College of Mathematics as well, and essentially it's the exact same thing as the group assignment we had for behavioral science. Basically, we got in a group, and we have to come up with some topic of math. It's a topic of our choice. We have to come up with a 2 to 4 minute presentation or video or song or whatever media format we want to teach this stuff. And the only difference being is that, one, it's not near as big of a grade as it was for behavioral science, and two, it's not near as big of a group. There's only 4 people in my group. We were allowed to choose groups from 3 to 5 people, and mine has 4, so it's myself plus 3 other people. And we haven't really gotten started on that yet, but hopefully we'll get together soon and come up with a nice idea. And of course, with that project as well as the CSI group project, I'll be doing way more screencasting stuff, and I'll be uploading the stuff that we come up with. So, you know, I'm not gonna leave you out. I'm gonna let you know what it's all about. Really getting the inside scoop. And we're coming up on 27 minutes now, which is about how long I did yesterday. But I had problems with the video and the audio, and it's just been crazy with the whole week. I mean, it's been one headache. It's been one hell of a headache, that's for sure. But I'm doing all right. I'm coming out of it, focusing on school. You might have seen the drum videos earlier. I've been practicing a lot. I even got the music like right here next to me. Let's see. Got some scores and stuff, and of course the metronome. And I've been kind of working through Logic, the Logic book, and I don't know if you've seen it on the desktop or not, but I've got the disc inserted right now with all the Logic stuff. But I don't know, this month it's a lot of hard work with the labs and the Alex stuff, really. But at the same time, it's really kind of slack. The 9 o'clock classes, you know, I wasn't digging the 9 o'clock in the morning at first, and I'm still really not. But it's, you know, at least it's only 2 days a week. It's not like it's 3 or 4 times a week, which could totally change next month. Who knows? But for now, it's going pretty good. And one of the reasons I want to do really well in the College of Mathematics class is because I'm going to need it for physics. Because I know physics is going to be... Yeah, so I need to be good in math for physics. But at any rate, I hope you're having a good night or day or evening or morning, whatever that's, dusk or something, I don't know. I hope you enjoyed the extra long video today. I wanted to make up for being really inconsistent this week. I really do apologize for that, but please understand, it's been one hell of a week for me. It's been crazy. So anyway, thanks for sticking with me. If you watched through the whole video, any questions, comments, concerns, whatever, hit me up, like the video, subscribe. I really don't care. I'm making, you know, if I can help just one person out, then I'm happy with that. So hopefully you can dig Full Sail, because I love the school. I absolutely fallen in love with it. It's probably the best school I think that anyone could pick for wanting to go into the industry, no matter what it's for. So if you're thinking about if you're considering Full Sail, then go for it, because it's an awesome place. It's just a fantastic school to go to, I feel. So anyway, once again, thanks for sticking with me through this pretty much half-hour video. I'm gonna get to editing. There's really nothing more to edit because of the way I did it this time. But at any rate, I'm gonna go ahead and run this through iMovie, and I'm gonna add the audio to it, because you can see I have my separate audio track. And I will see you sometime soon with the next video. I've been taking it easy the past couple days. I'm gonna keep taking it easy, but I'll be right there with you, sharing my experiences here at Full Sail, because I truly think it's a great place. So at any rate, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the audio recording and then the video recording, and I'll see you soon.